Main man made man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. I just kind of realized, y'all, I forgot to relay my thoughts on this Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao thing. Word on the curb is that possibly Terrence Crawford will be the front runner to get a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Now, you guys know from listening to a lot of my vids, I've always said, hell no. I didn't think Terrence Crawford should be thinking about Manny Pacquiao. I always said, even as recently as my prediction video for the Terrence Crawford and Victor Postal fight, that anyone who approached Terrence Crawford with questions about Manny Pacquiao, or what will Manny Pacquiao do? Who will Manny Pacquiao fight? Would you be interested in that fight? What would you do against Manny Pacquiao? Anybody approaching that dude with them questions at that time was doing Terrence Crawford a terrible disservice. A terrible disservice. And any time before the Postal fight, for that matter. Because, like I've always said, Terrence Crawford has a legacy to build. Let that kid establish major legacy points first, and then look to pivot to Manny Pacquiao. And there's a reason for such, and allow me to give my reasons for such. The kid now is a 2-division world champion. He's unified. He is on top of the world. There are talks of this guy being possibly number one pound for pound on some lists. Real talk. There's a lot of people that say, yo, Terrence Crawford is now my number one pound for pound fighter, and give very, very good arguments for such, given that he is now standing on top of the 140-pound division. He has beat the closest threat to him in Victor Postal, WBC former champion. There is no one else there at 140, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, in my opinion, that poses a serious threat to say Terrence Crawford. Just my opinion. So now, since Terrence Crawford has established his name, has a legacy now, man, can look back and say, damn, look what I've done so far. I think Terrence Crawford has definitely earned a shot with Manny Pacquiao. He's earned the bag, ladies and gentlemen. And the thing is, when it comes down to 3 fighters, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and Miguel Cotto, when you talk about these 3 fighters, you cannot talk about these 3 dudes in the same light that you would talk about a Keith Thurman or a Sean Porter or, a Kell Brook. Because when it comes down to these 3 dudes, they have a legacy. These are future Hall of Famers. These are guys whose careers span over years, that's been in wars and rumors of wars. These are 3 men that's been champion in several divisions. They have earned their stripes and places in the halls of boxing history. So these 3 dudes ain't nothing more than prize fighters. And when you approach Manny Pacquiao, remember, he ain't fighting for love of sport. He ain't fighting to beat the toughest competition out there no more. He ain't fighting to see if he is the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. No. He ain't fighting for that shit no more, man. Them days are over. Them days are fucking over. He is at this present now time fighting for that bag. That bag of mean green. It's the same way with Mayweather, and it's the same way with Cotto. Miguel Cotto just came off a loss against Canelo Alvarez, correct? And correct me if I'm wrong, Miguel Cotto still is looking for a big name fight. Because at the end of the day, just like when he dumped the fucking title before he fought Canelo, it was never about that, man. It was never about that. It was always about the bag. The bag, the bag, the bag. And at this point, I can't knock Miguel Cotto for that, because he fucking earned it. Yeah, he locked in contractually with Rock Nation Sports, his promoters. But the fact still remains, he signed for all those fights, man, knowing that a Canelo fight was in the midst of it. Because he wants the bag. Because a loss to Miguel Cotto means jack shit, just like the belt does. That's what makes Canelo's look so bad. When he dropped the belt against Triple G, he claimed, I know he did it for business reasons, but it doesn't look so good because your legacy isn't complete yet. You still got ways to go. You still got things to prove. But these three dudes don't. Manny Pacquiao has damn near over 60 fucking fights, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. That dude ain't got shit to prove. If it ain't about the bag, it ain't about nothing. This man is a senator in the fucking Philippines. He don't give a fuck about boxing. He probably don't know one fighter in boxing today, other than his sparring partners. He don't know one major fighter name in boxing today. He couldn't tell you what their styles are like. He couldn't tell you shit because he probably don't even look at boxing. He don't want to damn near have nothing to do with the sport if you really look at it. You know what I'm saying? So Manny Pacquiao is going to go for the bag. So when people talk about a possible Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford fight, the question that comes to my mind is, to make it realistic, that is Terence Crawford a draw? We know he draws well in his hometown in Nebraska. But how well of a draw is Terence Crawford is the biggest question. A lot of us fight fans, I know we want to see, oh, does Pacquiao still got it? Oh, is he the baddest man on the planet? You got those segment of fans, and I ain't knocking that, man. This is boxing. I ain't knocking that at all. If that's how you feel, more fucking power to you. But I got bad news to bring to you and let you know, this ain't that kind of fighter. This ain't that kind of fighter. So, what is the draw is the question for me with Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford knows that these are the set of rules that it goes down when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. This is why I was so glad the way he treated that shit, man. He was shooting that shit down. I don't want to talk about Pacquiao. I don't want to do this. I don't want to, because he knows it's not dependent upon how good I am or how good I look against whoever. It's about how much money is going to be involved in this fight. That's the fucking question. Why do you think there were talks from Bob Arum and Manny Pacquiao to possibly face Adrian the Problem Broner, a guy who definitely doesn't deserve a fight with Pacquiao? He's sitting his ass in jail right now for the last 30 days for not wanting to go to fucking court. This dude is a natural born fuck up, and he's going to get the fucking fight with Manny Pacquiao? Why do you think so? Because it was nothing more than a prize fight. Because that is the kind of fight that Pacquiao is looking for. Now, if Pacquiao refuses to face Terence Crawford, or if Bob Arum doesn't make the fight, I'm not mad, but I don't want to see him pivot to Jesse Vargas either. Because quite honestly, that's just a guy that's just not pay-per-view worthy. It's not worth money to pay for the fucking fight. I understand Vargas is a champion. I understand that. But Vargas stylistically, to me, has nothing to do, can't hang with Pacquiao. And I'm not going to pay money to see that, man. But for Terence Crawford, I just don't know. And that takes nothing away from Manny Pacquiao. Because even in the prime of Manny Pacquiao, a prime Pacquiao and a prime Crawford, I still just don't know. Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a thinking fighter. He's very good. And thinking fighters give Pacquiao problems. And I'm just being real here. I think if we get volume punching Pacquiao, accuracy and volume, that will give Terence Crawford hell. But I don't know if that's the Pacquiao we would get. But either way, it would still be a solid fight. And I do give Terence Crawford a chance of beating Manny Pacquiao. I'm being 100 here, man. But that don't mean shit. That don't mean Manny Pacquiao is less great, or he is less this or less that. That don't mean that. It just means Terence Crawford is a great fucking fighter. Real talk. I give Terence Crawford a chance against a lot of people at welterweight. Not just Manny Pacquiao. Nah. If Pacquiao chooses not to fight Crawford, I don't think it would be out of fear by far. This is a man who's been in wars, rumors of wars. He's been knocked down. He's been knocked out. He's got rivalries. He's been in trilogies. He's been in it all. Why would he be afraid of Terence Crawford? That makes zero sense to me. The question has to basically lie, in my opinion, with Bob Arum, because if he makes that fight, he loses a star. If Terence Crawford loses, it may diminish him some. If Manny Pacquiao loses, it diminishes Manny Pacquiao also. I'm sorry. At this point, because it would confirm what a lot of people already suspect, and that is Manny Pacquiao's decline. I don't personally see a lot of decline. He just beat Timothy Bradley, one of the best fighters in the world. But people don't give him that. Oh, he fought him 3 times. He figured him out. No, that's bullshit. Oh, Timothy Bradley fought Pacquiao 3 times too. Why didn't he figure him out? It's levels, ladies and gentlemen. There's levels. So don't give me that Pacquiao is scared shit. At the end of the day, remember who we're talking about. Manny Pacquiao, listen, man. I have no proof of what I'm about to say. This is all my opinion, so let me put that out there. Manny Pacquiao, at the end of the day, I believe he's on the hook for Bob Arum for 2 more fights. We all know that. He's contractually locked in. You know, there's rumors he's going to get one out the way, according to Bob Arum, sometime in October or possibly early November. And that's 1 fight, and he'll be in the hole just 1 more fight. Bob Arum is not going to lose Pacquiao's marketability off the first fight. Trust and believe. But both of these fights, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, and I think this is the end game for Manny Pacquiao, has to somehow, some way, lead back to Floyd Mayweather. If Manny Pacquiao was to beat a Jesse Vargas, you could fucking forget it. I don't care if he wins the WBO belt. I don't give a fuck. And I don't see that happening because Timothy Bradley had to vacate his in order to fight Manny Pacquiao, and I think the same thing would go down for Jesse Vargas. But the fact still remains, if Manny Pacquiao beats Jesse Vargas, it doesn't inch him towards Mayweather at all. At fucking all. And I still think the end game, if Pacquiao has 2 fights left with Bob Arum, one's out the way this year, he's on the hook for 1 more fight, he get that out the way sometime next year, Mayweather can then approach Manny Pacquiao with a fight and can throw him better terms than he gave, for himself, that is, than he did in the first fight. He doesn't have to give Pacquiao possibly all that money. And without Bob Arum standing over top of Manny Pacquiao, I'm sure it'd be much more easier, as well as HBO. Without them standing over top of Pacquiao, it would be much more easier for Floyd Mayweather to come and make a rematch. This is my opinion. And I think these 2 fights has to lead into that for Manny Pacquiao. And I don't see Vargas doing it. But however, a victory overturns Crawford. Could that be big enough? Could that be big enough to start him going into the right direction? Remember, he fought Mayweather right after he beat Timothy Bradley in that second fight last time, ladies and gentlemen. Well, he's already beat Timothy Bradley again. We'll lightning strike twice. He tried. He got Bradley out the way, hoping that would lead back to Mayweather, but it didn't. So he needs someone else. And fucking Jesse Vargas ain't it. If Bob Arum gives Manny Pacquiao Jesse Vargas, I got a problem with that. Because I'm not paying pay-per-view money for that fight. Now, as a diehard fan, I would definitely pay for a Terrence Crawford and Pacquiao. No doubt about it. But Jesse Vargas, fuck no. Fuck no. But now that Terrence Crawford now has established his legacy, ladies and gentlemen, I think he should go for the bag. He earned it, and he deserves it. He earned it, and he deserves it. So, that's just my opinion. I don't know. I think he give each other's hell. But at this present day, if I had to predict that fight today off the top of my head, I'm going to roll with Pacquiao. Not to diminish anything that Terrence Crawford is or will and have done. But I'm going to go with Pacquiao because he's the volume puncher. And I just don't know what Terrence Crawford can do with that. But given that Terrence Crawford trains with Timothy Bradley, a man who knows Manny Pacquiao very well, that gives him just one more slight edge. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at a good fight here. The question is, what is the draw going to be like? And one of the things that's going to help determine that is what the pay-per-view number is going to look like from the Crawford and Postal fight. I haven't seen those numbers yet. But whatever those numbers look like would tell a major, major story if Terrence Crawford gets the Manny Pacquiao fight. Real talk. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe, Twitter, Made Man 511, Facebook, Main Man, Made Man, Boxing Forum, Google Plus, Main Man, Made Man. But y'all need to stop this bullshit. Pacquiao's on the decline shit, man. Cut that shit out. This dude has earned his respect. Respect motherfucking Manny Pacquiao. The same way we give Floyd Mayweather a pass for fighting anybody he wants for the bag, let's give that same respect to Manny Pacquiao. Well, he didn't work at a 6-fight deal like Floyd did to get $30 million a fight plus pay-per-view money. You know, he didn't work that type of deal out. So if it's going to be okay for Floyd to go after the bag against the likes of Guerrero's and Ortiz and these type of guys and Andre Berto, that was half of his 6-fight deal right there. If he can go after that caliber for the bag, Manny Pacquiao can go for the bag too. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know if he makes that bag with Crawford. We see he attempted with Broner, and Bob Arum has stamped that. Don't know, according to the Danny Garcia shit, it was total bullshit according to Bob Arum. So I don't know. Let's see how Manny Pacquiao chooses here. To the next video. Peace out.